Hello, everyone. I will be presenting the summary of the attribution theory. As we first read, the attribution theory is the basis premise of the attribution theory comes from Fritz Heider's book, The Psychology of Interpersonal Relations. It refers to figuring out how we determine the reasons that we do things. Wall explains that personal and external attributes are the two core classifications that of the excuse me, the two classifications of the attribution theory. Behavior is triggered by specific characteristics or personality traits of individuals. These are personal attributes of an individual. If the result is caused by an outside factor, these are considered to be external causes. These are classified as effort, desire, sentiment, belonging, obligation, and permission. Why is this theory so important? Knowing how personal and external attributes may influence individual choices or thinking is key to persuasion. If we know how we will be perceived based on personal and external attributes, we can be more persuasive to those groups by filtering personal and external attributes to our audience. The planet continues to expand with technology. As the population grows and resources become more and more scarce, it is critical that we know how to communicate and persuade others to make good decisions going forward. Can we apply the attribution theory to help us all gain a better understanding of the human race? How can we persuade people who are uneducated or come from a completely different culture? One of my articles discusses the student professor relationship, and there's a unique relationship between a student and a professor. Just like any relationship, relationships can be altered based on disagreement, feelings of being treated unfairly, and any other form of negative reinforcement. The attributions theory plays a tremendous role in how students will react to a professor. If a student feels they are being mistreated, they will react to it. The benefit of this exercise is to show how we can jump to conclusions based on stereotypes and our past. It is beneficial to keep an open mind. We should not assume things based on how we perceive things. This article shows how the attribution theory codes reactions into our head. We are all guilty of responding to a situation incorrectly. Applying attribution theory to examine public appraisals of the president. Depending on whether you're left wing or right wing, this comic may have a different meaning toward you, but they're poking fun at each other here pretty good. But the study proved that how mass media allows us to follow our presidents much more closely and scrutinize their every move. Presidents will end up taking all the blame if our country fails in some aspect. News about the president and the government is literally at our fingertips. People will respond differently to the party they are loyal to. We are more critical on politicians that don't represent our party. People will be more supportive over politicians that represent our party. These factors support the attribution theory. Could the attribution theory be relevant in trying to learn a new language? Attribution theory was considered as the dominant concept in motivation, social psychology, and educational psychology in the 70s. This theory mostly concerns with the explanations people tend to make to explain their perceived success and failures. What is the link between cultural individualism and the attribution theory? Feeney and Wang's studies show how the attribution theory can be used in two separate cultures. Living in a different environment will give you a different perspective on everything. Studying the way that different cultures and groups digest information is beneficial for all of us. Our assumptions and attributes will vary from culture to culture. PC versus Mac. Um, the research model that Vishwanath and Lavelle present links one's own innovations as the PC and the competing innovation as the Mac. Humans show pride in their own ideas and innovations. This helps fuel their desire to succeed. However, it can also bring overconfidence and narrow minded thinking. This study showed how we will typically favor our own ideas and innovations over competitors. Attribution theory and apologies. Getting in an argument with a friend or loved one can end up badly. If we truly do care about that person, we should apologize and or forgive them for what they have done. When you do make a mistake, when is it the correct time to apologize? How much of an effect will the timing of the apology have? These are all these are intriguing questions that can be related to the attribution theory. Hubbard wrote, as one of the few studies to examine apology timing and the only study to look at it during actual conversations, the evidence corrobor- corroborates past work in the area and opens the door for other intriguing questions regarding the use of apologies. This is an intriguing study that could have a lot of potential for helping humans to learn when it is the best to apologize and therefore be forgiven and move on. Understanding apologies would be beneficial in conflict management. It could help managers or families solve conflicts much more effectively. In summary, we use the attribution theory in everyday life. We make decisions based on the past, political views, brand loyalty, positive and negative reinforcements, culture, religion, stereotypes, and other factors. These all have a tremendous influence on how we make our choices. The attribution theory, along with others, will continue to grow. Media and communication continue to evolve in this world. Humans of this planet need to come together and solve and prevent the problems we all have to deal with. Understanding concepts like the attribution theory will all help us to understand why people make the decisions they do. With understanding and knowledge, humans can cooperate and communicate more effectively. Thank you.